Hey everyone, it's Joe, the 50-something Dasher, and you're watching another installment of my DoorDash daily recap video. Every offer, every delivery, every adventure. Let's break it all down right now. All right, YouTube, this is the recap video for Friday, May 24th, leading into Memorial Day weekend. It was a busy, kind of crazy, eventful dash today, so definitely grab the popcorn. In my case, if I was watching this video, it would be elotes or Mexican street corn flavored almonds would be my snack choice to eat while I'm watching something like this. Start time for this morning's dash was 5:17 in the morning. Went to bed early, got up early. And I sat for a whole hour in here, no orders. And I was kind of bouncing back and forth between this computer and like walking the dog and doing other things, talking to my wife. She was getting around for work. At one point, just before she left, I laid back down in bed. I was awake, but not like fully to my senses. So I laid back down in bed, fully clothed, until the alarm went off for my first order at 6:17, 1525 Meyer. You might as well say 15 miles, 2 items. So we'll go ahead and take it. Again, I planned on accepting just about everything. I'm trying to pick the acceptance rate up. I keep talking about that. I have not seen a catering order when I'm below 65%. So started the dash at 59 and I want to try to pick that up today. So I get to Meyer and this is brand new. As soon as I click arrive, it gives me this option to send this introductory message. And I got this on all of my shopping orders today. It says, "Hi, I'm Joe. I just got to the store. Excited to get started on your order. Feel free to message me with any questions or special requests while I shop. I'm also helpful. I'll also help you find substitutes if anything's unavailable." I didn't send this on any of my orders. I think if a dasher wants to send messages like this, they would already have something like this typed up and they would copy and paste in all of their orders. So, and I don't do that. One of the primary reasons I don't send a message like this at the beginning of any of my orders is for the simple fact that you never know if you may have to drop an order for whatever reason. So I don't want to confuse the customers. They initially get this message from Joe, "Hey, I'm Joe, shopping your order." And then 15 minutes later, for whatever reason, Teresa is on their order. So that's kind of like why I only message the customers if I have to. And then on hand to customers, the messages that I send when I arrive. But anyway, just something new that, DoorDash is always throwing different stuff at us, new stuff. I had this shopped in just over 3 minutes. It was just baby formula and calamine lotion. Done. Check out. Pay screen on that. $10.25 and a $5 tip. So off to a good start. This took start to finish 35 minutes. So I had to wait an hour to get my first order, but once I did get started, this was a good start. Next was a $5 McDonald's. Pretty simple. The only problem with this particular order is once it was hand to customer, it's going to a place that assembles ambulances. And I got there, I sent my message, and instead of going through the main doors, I saw some guys, some workers like outside. And I gave my customer name, and the one guy's like, "Oh, that's this guy right here." But it wasn't him. He said he didn't place an order. It says somebody else with the same first name, and they didn't know who this was. Well, in the meantime, I got a text from the customer that he was on his way out. And so I kind of stood there, kind of out in the open, and it took like 2 or 3 minutes before he came out. So that was the only bad thing about this order. Next was this pretty decent order, $20 stacked Panera to customers, and I'm pretty close to the Panera's just down the street from this ambulance place, so went ahead and took this. I believe it was the second drop off. Went to an apartment complex that I've talked about before in past videos. I'm not going to give the name of the complex, but I've been to this place at least 3 times, maybe 4 times. It trips me up every single time, and I fell for the trap again today, and I got tripped up. I was had as soon as I pulled into the complex, I had my fingers crossed that, because for the very first time I drove to the bottom of the hill and turned right to go to the right side of this property. And whereas I've always gone left before, and I was hoping that it wouldn't be the jacked up numbering system on the right hand side, but it was. I get out of my car, I look at the building and the addresses, and I'm confused. Here, I took a picture of the situation here. So the top floor is 3831, and each apartment is lettered. Middle is 3845 lettered doors. The bottom is 3829 to 47, with each door having their own, like 3829, 3830, or whatever, and so on. Each one having a number instead of a letter. Just absolutely stupid. My customer was down to all the way down towards the end of this picture. And now they sent a message with a full set of instructions or whatever, but they should have had that in the driver instructions in the app instead of sending me because I didn't see that message until like well after this delivery was completed. So, but whatever. I guess I'll never get it straight. And then, so the pay screen on this, I got another order. I couldn't screenshot the pay screen, so I had to get this screenshot after the dash. So look at that, $3 from DoorDash for those two orders. How do you like that? $11.50 from tip from one customer and $5.50 from the other, and there's the $20. Okay, so next was this $11.34 7-mile Giant Eagle. You see on this map, I'm out of zone, and pretty much all of the mileage is just getting over to the Giant Eagle. The customer is practically across the street from it. So that's where all the mileage is for this. The list on this order was just a general grocery order. You see, you got eggs and bacon and almond milk, cheese. I mean, just general groceries. I don't remember any problems with this. So I had this shopped in 7 minutes out of a recommended 20. So, and then this took, Let's go to the pay screen. Like I said, it's just across the street. $8 from DoorDash, 334 tip for the 1134. This took start to finish 35 minutes. So not great, but not bad either. So right around the $20 an hour. So this was okay. Next was this $625 General. So this right here, I would need to do, for this to be profitable, I'd need to knock this out in 15 minutes, and which is probably not going to happen, but we'll give it a shot. And again, trying to raise the acceptance, we'll give it a shot on 15 minutes. Another situation where I just got to get over to that area. So here's the list. It's only 4 different things to shop. The Mountain Dews, thing of butter, some dishwasher packs, and deodorant. And shopping time on that was 4 minutes. The pay screen, $375 from DoorDash, $250 tip for the 625, and this took 20 minutes. So I wanted to do it in 15, it took 20. It is what it is. Then I get this and then now this is the worst order that I accepted this. $8.50, 13.3 mile Jolly Pirate going to Upper Arlington. 99 times out of 100, I'm declining this, but I took it again, trying to raise, I know I sound like a broken record. I'm trying to raise the acceptance, and we're approaching the time that I would normally go to break. So I'm like, well, I don't really need a break today. Let me just go ahead and work on a bad order during what's normally a slow time. That was the thought process. I go to Jolly Pirate, and I get to the front door and walk in, and the people are jam-packed in there and almost to the doors. And I go through the double set of doors and behind the last guy, and I'm standing there in between this guy and the doors, standing there like a sardine. And I for 5 or 10 seconds, and then I'm like, I'm not gonna stand here like this for 10 minutes waiting for this order. I walked out the doors and waited outside. And I was like, you know what? This is obviously, with that many people in there, that this was going to be a 10-minute drop. And it wasn't until and the whole 10 minutes, only maybe 2 of those people from the crowd came out of the store. I mean, the line wasn't moving, and I didn't get a message until probably 8 minutes of waiting. I got a text notification that the order was ready, but I wasn't going to be able to pick that up in just 2 minutes. So I was able to just 10-minute drop this, and I didn't have to go, 13 miles away to deliver an order. The next one I did decline, and this was probably so it's probably 5-6 minutes, something like that. After doing that 10-minute drop, I got this $9 13 mile going into downtown. So no, I'm not, I already had this one that I shouldn't have taken. I'm not taking this one. Now, this was possibly my only decline for the day, but we'll get to that when this other order coming up here in just 2 orders from now. The next order was a $5 3 mile McDonald's Okay, I'll take this every day, but just routine pickup delivery 1, 2, 3. I'm close to the McDonald's. So I went in and took this. I get to the McDonald's and there's a like one dasher goes in the store in front of me, and I realize I forgot my punch card, my delivery driver punch card. I run back out to the car and get that punch card, and as I'm approaching coming back to the McDonald's, that other dasher comes out of the store without any order or anything. And I'm like, oh, well, something must be wrong here. And so I go inside, and there's this big crowd of workers just behind the counter. And as soon as they see me come in, they're like, hey, our system's down. We can't process any DoorDash orders. And one of the workers was also a dasher and said, hey, just heads up, make sure you don't do like the regular drop on this. Make sure you report store has an issue and yada yada. And I was like, yeah, I know. And so I went through the prompts that store has an issue and, go through the different things. And then the issue with the store's system is down or whatever exactly it says. And I selected that and unassign, no penalty. So, and they still gave me a punch on my card. So that was pretty nice of them. They said, yeah, we'll go ahead and, since you made the trip in here, we'll go ahead and still punch your card anyway. So that was pretty cool. And then immediately after unassigning that, I get a $3 Taco Bell that's not even a mile. I don't have a problem with this. I'm trying to take every order if I can. This isn't even a mile. I could get this done in 10 minutes probably, so no big deal. And Taco Bell's just right there. If I wanted to, wouldn't even have to drive my car over to it. I could have just stayed parked at McDonald's and walked over to Taco Bell. I picked this order up. I had to wait though like 5 minutes inside the Taco Bell, so that kind of sucked. And it just went one traffic light down on the street. So from Taco Bell it delivered to Marco's Pizza. And this was in the morning, so the door, it was a leave at the door order, and the doors weren't open yet, so I did leave it outside the doors, take my picture. And this took 12 minutes. So had the order been ready and I didn't have that 5-minute wait, I would have had this picked up and delivered in 7 minutes. But oh well. And there's the pay screen on that. So $2 from DoorDash. And there it is right there. There's my dollar. Thank you very much. $1 customer tip. Appreciate it. $7.75 4-mile CVS. This is kind of funny story with this one. So here's the list and time. Shop that in 3 minutes 46 seconds. I've recommended 6. So I get in there and the store associate must not have been busy, and she seemed like real eager to help me find what I'm looking for. Like as soon as I walk in the door, she's like, oh, what do you need help with, or what are you looking for, whatever, however she said it. I said, well, first off, Hershey's chocolate bars. And then, they were right there. And I accidentally scanned this king size ones at first. I got those. And anyway, and then I told her, I said, we're pregnancy tests. And she said, oh, that's back. That's aisle 12. I was like, all right. And I'm still like scanning the chocolate. And she said, Oh, pregnancy tests and chocolate. Yeah, this girl's probably pregnant. and then and then I look at her and I was like, yeah, and she's also getting flaming hot Cheetos as well. And then the girl was like, yeah, yeah, then definitely she's pregnant, 100%. It's pretty funny. Go to deliver that. Just 10 minutes it took me to check out, get to my car, and deliver this. 375 from DoorDash, $4 tip. So this was so 775. This should take me about, probably shoot for 20 minutes on this, and it took 19 minutes. So way to go. I came back home after that, and I did a couple things. I started, warming up something in the microwave to eat. I went to the bathroom, that like 3-4 minutes, and then hit my pause. I figure I'd take my time eating, walking the dog, all that kind of stuff. Sorry about the landscapers if that's coming out in the video. And then let's see, so 17 minutes I stayed on the pause and I resumed. And then the next order, here it is, the one that screwed me today. 2375, 6 miles, 53 items, folks. And I've talked about it before, and I've, mentioned this in my 3-part series on shopping orders that's, going on right now. I'm not afraid of the high item counts. I at least want to attempt to take these orders. Worst case scenario, I can drop them if I have to. But I want to try these. And if I can, if I can shop this in, the actual shopping time, let's just say like 40 minutes on this. There's a chance I could do this start to finish in an hour. So let's see. Get to the store. Here's at least a partial list. Not many multiples. I mean, you see the 4 bananas, the 2 peanut butters, but most of this is not multiples. And you see the 3rd item down. That concerned me right off the bat before I even started shopping, the honey, because I think it was last week, that order that I talked about where I went all throughout the whole entire store twice and could not find for the life of me any honey in that store. I just, beyond me. So that kind of concerned me. So what happened on this order, I started out in the produce. There's like 6 or 7 things from the produce. So I got that stuff. Then I started working on, there was like 3 or 4 different kinds of bread. And I found one of them. The next 2 were kind of tricky. There was some hot dog buns and I can't remember now offhand what the other 2 things that I did find. But then I got tripped up on these 2 things, the cinnamon rolls and the bakery buns. The cinnamon rolls, I don't know. This could possibly be a frozen item. Even though it's listed as bakery, this could be in the freezer section. I don't know. I don't know where that would be. And the rolls, I mean, I checked throughout the bakery. The problem is at this Giant Eagle, you've got like where most of the bread is in the bakery, and there's not very much there. And then they have a couple other places, and even like in front of the deli, believe it or not, is right in front of that is some more bread there. What, why it can't be all together. And then you over in the aisles several feet away is the more like the cheaper stuff, like your regular bread and hot dog buns but and so it could have been anywhere really. And I could not find those. I could not find any of the Sara Lee brand stuff in any of the multiple places around there. And you see here at this point, I'm already at 17 minutes and I still have 32. So you see here it was 50, no, wait a minute, 44 different items to shop for. And I've only done 12 of them. I still have 32 more things. I'm already at 17 minutes because I've been dicking around trying to find this bread. And we haven't even got to the honey. And I just didn't like my chances of finishing this up in 40 minutes. And I just went ahead and dropped it. I went through like the restaurant prompts, if you will. I don't know when or if they're ever going to fix that. You like if you're on a shopping order, when you hit that question mark, it should have what's listed there should be reasons for dropping, and it's related to a shopping order. I don't know why that can't be. DoorDash doesn't work on that, or I don't know. May have to bring that up in a. I got 2 council meetings left. I have to write that down, and if I get a chance to work that in. But I selected the reasons as if I was doing a 10-minute drop. But on one of the questions, I selected the choice other, to where I have to fill in the box with a reason. So I always do that. And I put in there, a sentence about how, several items that I was, having trouble finding, or however I worded it. But I'm today, after I finish up with this video, I'm going to, because if I keep running into this kind of thing, I'm going to type out a message that I can just copy and paste in these situations. And I'll figure out the wording and how exactly I'm going to do it. But I need to throw in an additional sentence onto that says the additional time that's going to be needed to find these hard to find items is going to make this order not worth the pay is not going to be worth the time that it's going to take. I'll work on the wording of it and just come up with something that I copy and paste. But this was a penalty free drop. I lost my place here. Okay, so here's the order that I was talking about that I don't know for sure if this is going as a decline or not. So as soon as I drop that, I was sitting in my car, Giant Eagle parking lot, and I get this $2 Donatos. Obviously I'm going to drop it. I hit the decline button and I'm in the Giant Eagle parking lot, both in front of the store and on the side of the store where I do the pickups. I've been having a lot of problems the last few weeks. I don't know what's changed over there, but I have signal problems now big time at Giant Eagle. So I still logged into their Wi-Fi, but I was losing the Wi-Fi signal out at my car. And so I turned the Wi-Fi out, and I was doing all this during this countdown. I turned the Wi-Fi off. I still did not have a good enough signal to decline this. And so basically it just left my phone after the countdown, and then I got that message, we tried to send you an order, but yada yada. So I couldn't hit the decline button without a signal. So I don't know if that counts against you as a decline or not. I have no idea. I might have gotten lucky on that one. This is more up my alley. Okay, 1725, 12 miles, Meyer. This is just 20 items. Here, let's do it. Here we go. Get to the Meyer. Here's at least a partial list. A couple bags of chips, Pop Tarts, Little Debbie's. I mean, just all like groceries. The towards the bottom there, the pork, like all they had was just, it said like Meyer, and Meyer brand pork tenderloins and ribs, and when I go to scan it, it come up as wrong item. You scan the Meyer pork, but it's supposed to be just pork, like without a brand name. Well, if there's no brand name, isn't that the store brand or like what the heck? That was really confusing. So on all of this pork, I had to select that. No, I have the right item, and I took my pictures, and that was weird. I only got a few minutes into the shopping when they went ahead and stacked an order on me. So 8 items, $9, an additional $9.90, additional, you might as well say 7 miles. So I went ahead and took this, and it's the customer is closed for this one, but as you see here on the map, I'm kind of going the wrong way to get to this new customer. It's going the wrong way from the first one. And that's why, all the extra mileage, 3 out of the way miles to get to customer B and 3 out of the way miles to go north. Next was on the second. They kind of switched it after I got this offer. The $9.90, like in my shopping list, they made that customer A. So the first customer now was B, and this customer was A because I was delivering to the $9.90 first. Okay, so on customer A, we get a toy. Thank you very much. I talked about before. Celebration stuff, toys, gifts. You're walking into a nightmare here. So am I going to be able to find this? So I go over the toy. I go to the aisle that this says D16, and I don't see this. I don't see the parade float. Next screenshot is the 2 little people sets that I did see. The airplane and the lemonade stand. Now, I try to help this customer out. It didn't seem like on the substitutions that they were too picky on what I got. And I'll explain that here in just a second. But you see here, the lemonade stand was 75% off and only costing $5. So I tried to save this customer a little bit of money, and I'm sure they would be good with that. But each of these 2 sets I scanned, and it wouldn't allow me to substitute with any of those. And then so there was another option of any 2-piece set, or however it was worded. So what I selected and it scanned and worked was, and I forget how much this was. I mean, this was probably if I had to guess, $5. I could have got a whole set for what I paid for this thing right here. I got this fire truck with just the 1 person in it, and that scanned, and it accepted that as a substitution. and hopefully the customer was okay with it. But and then I go to check out, and there you see the other the other things from customer A. A couple of the other things, some baby sunscreen, Atkins protein bars. So this, of course, you don't, on stacks, you don't see the timer. This screenshot taken at 11:29, so it took me 32 minutes to shop both orders. So that's pretty good. And the pay screen on the dropped off the $9.90 first, 20 minutes later, and then $5.50 from DoorDash, $4.40 tip. And next, so that was at 11:49. So what is that? 22 minutes later, it took me to, do that long drive up north. Took me 22 minutes to get there. $12.50 from DoorDash, $5 tip on the original customer. So start to finish, I was on this for a while. Start to finish, an hour and 17 minutes, and made $27. So decent. I'll take it. Coming back from that on 104, there was like a log jam of traffic. As I approach it, it kind of looked like maybe I was going to be coming up on an accident or something. But no, this was just like Friday lunchtime traffic. I mean, it was stacked. And so I put my Dash on a pause. I'm for two reasons. It's going to take me a few minutes to get out of this log jam, number one, and it's still, we're still like towards the end of the lunch period here, or it was like it's like 12:15 when I got into this mess. And so going back to zone, I didn't want to take a chance on getting any crappy Stringtown Road offers as I'm passing by there. I wanted to go to Meyer. So I'm going to put my Dash on a pause where I can get out of that traffic jam, get on the interstate, go past Stringtown Road, get the F out of the way of there, and then go to Meyer, and then unpause the Dash. And then here you see, this is when I unpaused it. So it didn't take as long as I was anticipating. It took me 15 minutes. It took me about 5-6 minutes to get onto the interstate, and then and then 10 minutes to get to Meyer area. So unpaused at 12:33, pulled into Meyer, and I'm at like $95. I just need one more order to hit goal. As soon as I pull into Meyer, I get, here you go, $6.39, 3 Mile Wendy's. Accept this order, pause orders after delivery. I've had enough for today. Get to Wendy's. It's not as simple as I was hoping for. I get to Wendy's, the order's not ready, and it's 3 meals. And it's like 2 adult meals and a kid's meal. They all have drinks. I sit there and wait. I thought that maybe this was going to be a 10-minute drop, but I waited like 8 minutes on this. Finally got the order. This side story, this one like construction worker guy that was in there kept coming back and forth to the counter. They made his sandwich wrong, so they gave him another sandwich. He goes back, and then he comes back to the counter again, and, excuse me, what's supposed to be on the bacon cheeseburger? And the guy says, well, it's supposed to have this, and then lettuce and this, and, well, why is there no lettuce on my sandwich? And the guy was like, well, because we have signs all over. There's a sign right here at the cash register. There's a sign on the front door, sir. There's a sign on the drive-through speaker. We got signs plastered everywhere that we don't have any lettuce. And the guy was just like, the stupid idiot customer was just like oblivious to everything the guy was saying. Well, you should tell people that you don't have the lettuce. And the guy was like, well, we put the signs up so that we don't have to tell every single freaking customer. I don't, it was just stupid. So go to deliver that. And I know my prescription's ready, but I'm not picking that prescription up for another week and a half. I already called and told you that. $2 from DoorDash, $4.39 tip, $6.39. And then, like I said, I logged off. My phone was supposed to be on Do Not Disturb. Now it is. I don't know what happened. I thought I shut it off. Okay. Dash summary. It was a 7-hour and 41-minute dash. Active 4 hours, 27 minutes. So over 3 hours of downtime. Well, that still seems like a lot. I thought I stayed busier than that. I know you got the whole first hour, but after I got started, there was 2 hours. If they say so. I mean, I did have 2 pauses. But that second one was just for 15 minutes. The first one was for 10. I don't know. Doesn't seem like I was down that long. 11 deliveries for $102. Drove 96 miles to do so. I made goal on mileage. Now at 3,121 deliveries. Started the dash at 59% acceptance, and I raised it 65%. So there you go. And we'll see. I never say never, but I doubt I'll dash this weekend, even if I get out early at the W2 any of the 3 days, because I don't know that I want to get out into the traffic and the mess. So this is probably it for me until Tuesday, and then everything be died down and back to normal after that, and we'll just wait till Tuesday probably in all likelihood to do all this over again, and hope to build the acceptance rate up even more, get some catering orders next week. Let's hope for the best. So that's it for this dash. Thanks so much for watching. As always, be sure to drive safe out there. We'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. Check out my other videos. A lot of good stuff, a lot of information for all things DoorDash. And we will see you at the next video. Thanks again for watching.